And just like that, we are back. I am Barbara James, and this is Healthy Aging. I am your host today with Coach because James is not here today. And I am also a certified nutrition coach, and I just graduated the University of Florida's College of Medicine, studied gerontology, so I have my master's degree in medical science medicine. I am here because I care about you and I care about your wellness, and I want to see you live nice, healthy, long, full lives. We talked about faith in the last segment, about the faith that Abraham had when God called him and he picked up everything and he left. And I was saying before the break that many of us are stuck in the familiar. And when we're in that familiar, we end up complaining about it. We complain about all kinds of different things because we're stuck in the familiar. And what we want to do is wake ourselves up and wake ourselves out of that, because there's many opportunities that are around. Some of you have sent out dozens of resumes and weren't able to get a job yet. There's hope. Do not concern. God sees this tapestry from above, and he chips away at each of us to get us to this place that we are now, so we are the best we could be. You know, there was a season in my life, 4 years I went without a job. 4 years. I sent out resumes and did all kinds of things, and I could not get a job. And then one day I sent a resume out reluctantly again, and I had a phone call within a few hours, and that was one of my greatest jobs that I had besides now. But Abraham picked up and went out. So you need to have faith, knowing that faith is believing in something. You have to believe that there's going to be better for you. You have to believe that your body is going to get better. You have to believe that your circumstance is going to get better. Your marriage is going to get better. Your kids are going to come back home. I mean, you have to have faith. And many times we walk in defeat. And when we walk in defeat, we just create more defeat in our life. Sometimes God needs to chip away at us to get us to the right place. Now, my undergraduate degree was in marketing and advertising and management, and that's what I had a business degree. And I always wanted to go back to school to get my master's, but there was never enough time, never enough money, never enough of the right situation. And I always regretted that I never went back to school. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I buy the store and I get that tug on my heart that I need to go back to school to learn about the body and what's going on in our bodies as we age. I never saw that coming. I was so defeated at that point through my life, especially that season that I couldn't get the job for 4 years. I thought, surely if I had a master's degree, I would have found a job sooner. Surely if I had the credentials, I would have had a job sooner. But God used all of that time to chip away at me so that when I did go back for my master's, it was different. And I'll tell you this, when I wanted to go back for my master's all those years ago, it was for a business degree. I wanted to get an MBA. And I wanted the degree for all the wrong reasons. I wanted it for prestige. I wanted it for ego. I wanted it for all of those things. And God kept that away from me, all those opportunities for all those years, until he could give me the opportunity to go back to school. And I say this a lot, I didn't go back to school for me. I went back to school for you. I went back to school for you, cute family that I love, because I needed to know how I could better serve you and how I could better help you. That, like I said, that was a dream I always had, was to go back to school and get a master's degree. And all those years of defeat turned out to be the best moment of my life, was when I just graduated a few weeks ago, because it meant something. It meant something more to me now than it would have ever meant to just hold credentials and to just boost my ego to pretend, maybe I was smarter than somebody. Now I understand I'm not smarter than anybody. All I have now is the ability that I was able to study a circumstance and study what people's, goes on in people's bodies. So even my mindset of what the degree is, it's like, I'm just glad I was able to study. I grew up able to learn a new topic, able to come back and have science behind what's going on in our bodies. And God created these bodies, and they're so magnificent and so intricate. They have a lot of mechanisms in there. That's why many times we go to the doctor and the doctor's like, I don't know, because every single person on this world is different. There's no two of us that are alike. God made it that way. Our circumstance and what happens inside of our body as we walk to wellness is different. But when we walk to have a better life, a well life, whether it's in our jobs, in our homes, in our marriages, in our bodies, we have to walk in a place of faith, knowing that God is going to take care of us, that it's all going to be okay.